How's it going, guys? It's Josh here with Buckeye Bowhunter, and today I want to answer the question with this video: what is the best way to attach your Lone Wolf Custom Gear double steps to the tree? In today's market, there's like an unbelievable amount of different attachment methods for your climbing sticks. There's, rope mods, Amsteel, daisy chain, regular straps with buckles, the buckleless method, all kinds of different ones. It gets kind of confusing just because, especially with a new type of system like the Lone Wolf Custom Gear double steps, it's a stick that's only about a year or two old now, and it has a really unique way of connecting to the tree where it contacts the tree with the bolts, as opposed to like the brackets like most sticks do. I figured doing a video like this today would be pretty cool, and what I'm gonna do is just kind of put all of these different systems to the test. I have 5 different types of connection methods to compare today, and at the end of it, I'm gonna give each one of these attachment methods a score in each one of these categories, and we'll come up with a final score, and that'll be our winner. So with that said, the 5 straps I am going to compare today are a 1/2-inch Amsteel rope mod that I made a couple weeks ago. And if you're interested in making your own after this video, there'll be a link in the description so you can find the video that I made on how to make those Amsteel rope mods, and you can check that out if you want. The original Lone Wolf Custom Gear strap with the buckle, the original Lone Wolf Gear strap without the buckle. I have a set of daisy chain webbing from Eastern Woods Outdoors, and then I also have a set of 5/8-inch mini flat straps from Out on a Limb Outdoors. So first, before we get started, let's talk about this chart I have. I put it up on the screen right here. You can see on the left side I have the names of the straps or ropes that I'm comparing. Then I have the length, the weight, the sag on the tree after you've stepped on it and put weight on it, the usability, just how easy and user-friendly it is, and the last one is packability, and for me that's a pretty important one. The thing with these Lone Wolf Custom Gear double steps is they pack up so tight, and the way they pack up, it makes it really hard to have your straps with your steps when you're packing them up in the stand and keep it all in one nice little package. And that was kind of a big deal for me. I like the straps to be connected to the sticks so I don't have to dig them out of my pack when I get to the tree. And with the buckles, it's just not really that streamlined. They don't go together very well, and if you own these, you know that. The first thing I want to talk about, which I think is really important, is the weight and the length of all of these straps. Now, I think it makes a big difference on which straps you ultimately are going to decide to use for these sticks, because the length comes into play so often. So many times I've found that the tree that I want to be in is too big around for the straps that I have. I think length is a big deal, and then weight, obviously. The less weight we're carrying into the woods with us, the better. So especially for guys who hunt mobile and they're walking, miles back into public land all the time, every single ounce counts. So I'm just going to go through these weights and lengths real quick here. The original Lone Wolf Custom Gear straps with the buckle are 6 foot. Without the buckle, they're 5 foot 8 inches. The Eastern Woods Outdoors daisy chain webbing that I purchased is 6 foot long. I believe they have an 8 foot version as well. The Out on a Limb 5/8-inch mini flat straps are 7 foot 6 inches. And the DIY 1/4-inch Amsteel rope mods that I made are 8 foot long, and those you can make as long as you want. The corresponding weights you see next to those are actually kind of surprising, believe it or not. There's some pretty big differences here. The Out on a Limb 5/8 mini flat straps are coming in at 32 grams a piece, which are very light. Next would be the 1/4-inch Amsteel rope mods at 8 foot, 56 grams. Next would be the original Lone Wolf Custom Gear straps with no buckles at 66 grams. Then the daisy chain webbing at 70, and the original Lone Wolf Custom Gear straps with the buckles at 192 grams. And those are one strap, so you can see how if you're carrying 4, 5, 6 straps in, how that weight can add up, especially with the buckles. But with that said, let's get these on some trees. First things first, we're going to do the original Lone Wolf Custom Gear strap with the buckle and see how that goes. with these sticks in particular, it's really hard to keep the straps with the buckles attached to the sticks and pack them up and keep them in that nice compact package. The weight on the buckle helps for when you're swinging the strap around bigger trees that you can't reach around. That little bit of weight really does help, believe it or not. So I think the straps with the buckles are probably the best version of like usability. I think they're the easiest to use. I think they're the safest. I think they hold the stick to the tree the best. So here I'm going to give it a 5. And the packability is the worst, I think. The big bulky buckle actually does not allow you to stack these sticks together very well. So it's the worst. I'm going to give it a 1 here. All right, guys. So next up is the Lone Wolf Custom Gear original strap buckleless method. So I used the buckleless method for most of last season, and I really fell in love with it. I got really good at it. It's easy to put on the tree. It's easy to take off the tree in the dark. I could do it with my eyes closed at this point. The only issue that I found with the Lone Wolf Custom Gear straps is that they're not long enough. They're only about 5 foot 8 inches without the buckle. That was an issue every once in a while for me last year, where the only tree I could hunt out of had a really big base and these straps wouldn't fit around the tree. So that's a big knock on these for me. Otherwise, it's literally the perfect system in my opinion, except for the length. So as far as usability, I think it's something that takes getting used to, but once you have trust in it, it's like a no-brainer. It's very simple, very easy to do. Packability packs pretty well with the Lone Wolf Custom Gear double steps. Believe it or not, I didn't really have an issue with it. They wouldn't seat together completely, obviously, but it worked. So, and once you strap it all down to the stand, it's not moving anywhere. All right, guys, next up is the Eastern Woods Outdoors daisy chain webbing. Let's see how this one does. Now, the Eastern Woods Outdoors daisy chain webbing, I don't have that much experience with. I bought them last year and I used them for maybe 2 or 3 hunts, and I didn't like them very much. And I keep seeing online so many people using these daisy chains with the webbing or the Amsteel. You know, I figured I'd try it again and see what it's all about, and I still am not impressed. It's really hard to get the webbing open, and I can see how in the dark with gloves on, cold fingers, it would really be a pain in the butt. I also want to mention that it seems that the actual webbing, the holes don't ever really line up where you need them to be, and it's really hard to get a tight, snug fit to the tree. There's different ways you can go about trying to get it tighter than it is. You can twist the strap up to make it shorter, or you can turn the entire step, as you can see me doing here, to give yourself a better angle to get inside the webbing there. But otherwise, it just, to me, I'm not a big fan. It seems like just a pain in the butt in the dark, or, you know, on some goofy trees where you're trying to climb up. It can just be a lot more hassle than it's worth. But, you know, to each its own. Usability, I gave it a 2.5. Packability, I gave it a 3. It is flat. It packs pretty nice with these double steps, but besides that, probably not going to be my first choice. All right, guys, we're going to try out the Out on a Limb 5/8 inch flat mini strap and see how this fares. I really like this one. I just got this recently. Have never used it on a tree yet, but it's super thin, super lightweight, and it actually packs up with these double steps really well, which I'm very excited about. So I hope this works out, because you can see how flat they are, and the sticks will actually still stack together with this strap. So hopefully this works out well. Let's see. All right, guys, well, you saw me there trying to mess with these out on a limb flat straps. It's kind of a shame. I'm not really sure how to connect them to the tree. I was doing some research online. I can't seem to find the way that people use these. I assume it was with the buckleless method. These straps are really smooth, really slick. So it's not really like binding when you use the buckleless method with these double steps. And what's happening is as soon as you put weight on it, the straps will actually start to slide through where they're supposed to not be sliding through, and it gives you a bunch of slack, and in turn the stick just keeps sliding down the tree. So let me know if I'm doing something wrong. The only thing I'll say is I've used this strap one time and it's kind of fallen apart. So I think these, unfortunately, are going to be a no-go for me. They're just, I can't see them holding up for an entire season, especially when you start putting it on different trees. This is just a pin oak with really smooth bark, so you'd think some trees with some tougher bark or whatever would really tear these up. But it's kind of a shame. I spent like 30 bucks on 4 of these, but what do? You got to try stuff to figure it out. So yeah, with that said, I really couldn't get it to actually grip to the tree, and I'll try it one more time just to show you guys. So yeah, this was kind of goofy, and like I said earlier, I could be doing something wrong. If I am, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll make another video about these straps specifically if I am doing something wrong. But otherwise, like I said, I don't think they're that safe with the Lone Wolf double steps. Maybe they work with other sticks or other Versa buttons or whatnot, but for this system, I just don't think they're very compatible. I wouldn't use them. Usability, I'm gonna give it a 1 just because they seem super unsafe, and 1 is the worst. I wouldn't use them if I were you. With the Lone Wolf Custom Gear double steps, packability, I would give them a 4. Believe it or not, if we're going by this system. So they are the lightest, they are the most lightweight and smallest profile, easiest to pack straps out of the 5 that we're looking at today. So we're gonna stay true to the chart, and hopefully the scores will reflect how I really feel about these at the end. So let's find out. We got one left. All right, guys, next up is gonna be the Amsteel rope mods I made. And let's see how they do. I have fallen in love with using these Amsteel ropes. These are the DIY ropes that I made. Like I said earlier, I have a video on my channel if you're interested in seeing how I made these. The link can be found below. But these straps are just awesome. They're everything that the OG straps offer, except they're longer and they're thick and round, which makes them easier to work with. They're super strong and durable because it is Amsteel. The elastic ends that I installed on each of my straps, it makes the packability fantastic. Not to mention they're really cheap to make and really easy to make. I just needed a few tools, and I probably spent $40 on 40 foot of rope. I made 4 of these in an evening. It was very easy. I just really like the way that you can customize it in the customization. You can buy already made Amsteel rope mods online from a bunch of different vendors. But honestly, I think making it on your own is the way to go because you can kind of customize it. In my setup, my bottom sticks have longer ropes than my top sticks so that I can accommodate those bigger trees with the first few steps, the first few sticks. But after that, when the tree thins out and gets thinner up top, you don't need those longer ropes, so why carry the extra weight? So usability, I gave it a 4. I think they're one step below the original Lone Wolf straps with the buckles and just ease of use. Packability, I gave them a 4. If you install the elastic loops on the ends for, keeping everything nice and tidy when you're packing it up, the 1/4-inch rope is actually not that thick, and you can still kind of stack the sticks together. If you're interested in seeing that, check out that same video I was talking about earlier. I show you guys all that stuff, so I won't do it here, but pretty cool little system. Definitely urge you guys to try it out, or at least check it out and give it a fair shake. So Alright guys, well that's it for the comparison. Tonight I'm sitting here in my office. I just kind of finished editing the entire video except for the finale, the final monologue I guess we'll call it. But I'm kind of ready to dive into these scores here. So if you take a look at the chart here up on the screen, you can see the winner is the 1/4-inch Amsteel rope mods with 17 points. I think that's the clear winner. I prefer those the most over all of the other types of straps or ropes or webbing or whatever you want to say. I think these clearly outperformed all of them. Second would be the original Lone Wolf Custom Gear straps without the buckles. The only reason the Amsteel rope mods got the nod over top the no buckle straps is the length. The Amsteel rope mods you can make as long as you want. I made mine 8 feet. The original straps are only 5 foot 8 inches long. If you want to talk safety and usability, I would say the original Lone Wolf straps with the buckle, the original straps that they come with, are probably your best bet. The one that I didn't really care for was the daisy chain webbing by Eastern Woods Outdoors, sorry. They have a 6 and an 8 foot version, I believe. They're really light straps, but I think they really suffered in the usability category. They were really hard to adjust around the tree, depending on how big the tree was, and it was kind of just a mess. I could see them being a real issue in the dark or when it's really cold. So that got a 12 for me. And below that I put an asterisk next to this one, the 5/8 inch mini flat straps by Out on a Limb. They just flat out didn't work for me. I tried to use the buckleless method with these straps and they just kept slipping. It did not seem safe. I ask you guys, if I'm doing something wrong, please let me know. Put it in the comments. I will do a redemption video if I'm using the wrong method for these straps, but the way I assume you would use these, they just flat out did not work. I would not use them. So they ended up scoring 11.5, which was the lowest, which makes sense. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped. I hope anybody who has these double steps, this helps you make the decision of what mods or ropes or straps you want to use, because there are so many of them. It does get confusing and complicated. I felt like this video was kind of important. If this video helped you guys at all, please hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. Every subscription really matters to me. I really appreciate it. And I thank you guys again so much, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Have a good one.